the study of the properties and benefits of the thermochromic face mask to see if the thermochromic face mask is better than the other types of face masks that exist. The development of the medical face mask into the thermochromic face mask is because of the COVID-19 pandemic that occurs globally. People might find it hard to acknowledge those who are affected by the virus in crowded places since not everyone will show the symptoms of being affected. The thermochromic face mask has more benefits than the other face masks as this face mask can detect the temperature of the person who wears it, and the color of mask will change if the wearer has a high temperature. The objectives of this mini project are to study the thermochromic face mask properties and their benefits, and also to compare the purpose, the filtration efficiency, the fluid resistance, and the benefits of the thermochromic face mask with the other types of face masks.
The new development of a medical face mask into a thermochromic face mask makes things easier, especially in this pandemic situation. The purpose of this project is to study the thermochromic face mask properties and their benefits. This study may help the community to know the advantages of using the thermochromic face mask instead of using the usual face mask. The community can differentiate the function of the other type of face mask with the thermochromic face mask and see which one is better to be used. The thermochromic face mask may look like a mask for a fashion and does not have a lot of function, but this mask not only can prevent the spreading of coronavirus disease but also can show those who have a high body temperature. The aim of this project is to know the difference between the thermochromic face mask with the other type of face mask that exist. The scope of this project will be focused on the study of the several types of face masks to compare with the thermochromic face mask. There are two objectives for this project, which are to study the thermochromic face mask properties and their benefits, and to compare the purpose, filtration efficiency, fluid resistance, and the benefit of the thermochromic face mask with other type of face masks.
The N95 face mask is a loose-fitting device that forms a physical barrier between the wearer's mouth and nose and potentially harmful particles in the surrounding environment. Because of the loose fit between the surface of face mask and one's face mask may not give total protection from the germs and other impurities. Also, the face mask should not be used more than once and should be properly disposed of. Cloth masks are made of cloth or fabric and are typically worn by people to protect themselves from air pollution. Particulate matter or small particles present in the air can be protected with specialized fabric masks. The face mask, which is smarter than a traditional cloth face mask, employs water-repellent textile finishing technology as part of its Smart Textile R&D program. In fact, the rewear face mask can be washed up to 50 times, making it more cost-effective over time. A surgical mask is a type of face mask composed of non-woven fabric that has superior bacterial filtration and air permeability than woven cloth while remaining less slippery. Surgical masks are assessed for fluid resistance, bacterial filtration efficiency, particle filtration efficiency, breathability, and permeability, just like the N95 mask. Likewise, the surgical mask should be worn only once and removed appropriately after each use. Thermochromic face masks are made to keep infectious viruses and bacteria from spreading to nearby areas. The thermochromic face mask changes color based on the wearer's temperature, potentially alerting medical personnel to the presence of a fever. As the binder used in this study can be used for any fiber type, it should be possible to produce a face mask using this thermochromic system with a dye attached to alter the color activation temperature and color that can indicate if a wearer has an elevated temperature.
Now, I will explain about the methodology of this project. First, we do the literature research. We determine the purpose of this project by observing the current issue. Then, we identify the problem and the objective of this project. We also identify the research scope and the method that are need to be used for the data collection of this project. We are using the case study method for the research because it is the most suitable and effective method to achieve the objective of the project. Next, we do the evaluation framework. The qualitative and quantitative research with the different sources have been performed to retrieve the reliable and accurate data. Next, we analyze the findings before proceed the data into the literature review. And we proofread the data to ensure that the data relates to the objective of the mini project. Lastly, we write a final report and show if the objective of the project are successfully achieved.
As the result, all the types of face masks can capture any larger particles and small airborne pollutants from the wearer. But the thermochromic face mask is different from others because it changes color according to the wearer's temperature, which could protect others from viruses and other impurities inhaled by the wearer. The thermochromic face mask is as tight as the N95 face mask compared to the surgical and cloth face mask. The percentage of the bacterial filtration efficiency of the thermochromic face mask is a little bit lower than the N95 and surgical face mask. Unlike the cloth face mask, it can still filter out the bacteria and impurities present in the air compared to the cloth face masks which have the lowest filtration efficiency. The benefits of the other types of face masks are on their materials used, where they are all made up of multiple layers of synthetic and protective materials to protect the wearer from the pollutants. The benefit of thermochromic face mask is that it changes color based on the temperature of the wearer, where it could alert medical professionals if someone has a fever. Last but not least, the evaluation has been conducted to analyze the dry and wet cracking of the system, and the results show that the thermochromic face masks are not fluid resistant just like the N95 and cloth face masks.
Now, I would like to explain the discussion and the conclusion for this project. The limitation of this study is that the number of the research that can be put in the final report is very minimal. There is not much information that can relate to this study, as the thermochromic face mask is the new development occurs in the world. This situation makes the study face difficulty as it is hard to find the suitable journals and articles that are related to the research. After all, this project brings new theory about thermochromic face mask as it has another function that different from other face masks. This study can also be used for the future development of thermochromic face masks to make them have more properties and benefits for the future generation. An evaluation of the thermochromic system's applicability to the face mask was undertaken. The results revealed that combining the thermochromic pigment with different dyes allow the customized color when the thermochromic color change was initiated. Different dye classes have a different effects on decreasing the thermochromic system activation temperature. The acid dye was the best dye for this system. To improve cracking performance, improve bonding between dye and fiber, and dye and glucose system is required. In conclusion, the thermochromic face mask is highly recommended because of its advantages in preventing contaminants from entering the user breathing tract and protecting others from germs and other contaminants exhaled by the wearer. This knowledge could be useful in an emergency room where temperatures are not measured right away, allowing those with higher than normal temperature to be separated from other patients to prevent the spread of virus and germs. As a result, the thermochromic face mask is ideal for use today, especially during COVID-19 outbreaks, to protect ourselves and others around us from infection.